I think we got played, folks. I think all of the apes, all right, the people who bought AMC stocks since the last 2 years, or maybe yeah, within the last 2 years, yeah, I think we all get really big time played as fools. And I'm gonna get into the details just in a second here. But do you remember this 30 seconds video that was published around April or May of this year by the SEC? Let me play this for you, and we'll see exactly.
Welcome back, Brad. It's your investment.
I'll take meme stocks. Invest.
Ouch. Your investment, Julie.
I'm gonna do some research first.
Well played, Julie. Well played.
You can do research? Investing is not a game. Always do your research before making an investment decision. Learn more at investor.gov. Before you invest, investor.gov.
Do you remember this 30 seconds video? Yeah, I do remember. This was this is from the YouTube page from the US Security and Exchange Commission. This is the SEC. All right. Now apparently I'm getting this from Reddit that this video cost $450,000 to produce. $450,000 to produce. So almost 500K. So you mean to tell me you spent 500K on a 30 seconds video to prevent people from buying a handful of stocks because people who are buying on these stocks are not doing research or something? We're talking about the authority that is supposed to protect retail investors. And by protect retail investors, I'm not even talking about, the just the people buying or holding or trading the meme stocks. Because retail is not only us in AMC and GameStop. Retail is people in 401ks, pension funds, people with the policemen, the firemen, people with government agencies that have their retirement money tied into hedge funds, mutual funds, and a bunch of other of these companies, investing firms that are also packaging, and sending our orders with Citadel, packaging it and flagging it as retail investors. So it's not only us. And besides this, we already, kind of went through research by companies or banks such as Bank of America, all right, or Vanguard, Schwab, telling us that the meme mania has nothing to do with people being ignorant or people being totally, ignorant about making research on the stock market before investing. All right. So this example is just another illustration or any item that is just adding to my thought that we've been big time played around, like big time limit scam around this whole AMC stuff. Why? Just think about it for a second, folks. I was looking at my history, all right? I was looking at my history on my AMC position since I bought in February of 2021. No, since I bought in August of 2020, all right? And back then, the stock was still trading around maybe $2 or $3 or maybe $4 stock. All right. Now, it went all the way to 72. I didn't sell. It went down to 50. I did not sell. It went down to 20. I bought some more. It went down to 30, 35. I bought some more. It went down to 18. I bought some more. It went now after split with A being distributed. It went down and I bought some more. So I was looking and I was thinking to myself, I would have probably made 4, 5 times more money if I was to trade this whole thing. If I wasn't holding at all. Like when it hit 72, if I sold and bought back when it hit 30 and went all the way up to 50 and sold again, if I shorted it at 50 and sold or covered at 25, if I bought back at 25 and sold again at 35 or 40 and then shorted it again at 40 all the way to 8 and then bought back from 8 and sold again, maybe it hit 10 or 12 or 15 or 20, then I will have end up with a lot more money and possibly a lot more shares on AMC than I have right now, just buying, and holding. And that's why I think we had so many catalysts coming our way. We have so many things we made research, so many things that logically on a fair market was supposed to bring AMC stock price to new highs. The war, the Fed Reserve increasing interest rates, all of these different things, China with the real estate market on the brink of a collapse, the rally in the market, the relief rally that we had, from June to now in early September, the end of August. Many times we were spot on stuff that was supposed to push the price of AMC, GameStop, and all of the other meme stocks higher, but it didn't. Why? Because the other side, the short sellers, those big guys with the big pockets on the other side, were also triple, quadrupling, quintupling, whatever you want to call it, down on making sure the price action is suppressed. Like anytime it will pop to a certain level, they will make sure they do whatever they need to do in order for the price to be suppressed. And that's why, we haven't really managed to enjoy what we need to enjoy. All right. So going back to my point, it's easy to think so afterwards, because if you are somebody thinking that way, it's easy to think this way afterwards. And I was talking to myself after thinking this way that, well, I didn't know when it hit 72 that it will go back down to 30, because then everything was showing that it has everything it needs to go to 150. So with the information and in the midst of the circumstances back then, it didn't make sense intellectually, emotionally, and technically, price action speaking, for the price to go down. And when it did when it went back down to 30, 35, it didn't make any sense to short even more, because it went back down to 50 afterwards before dropping. So I told myself, well, it's easy to see it that way now that everything is past, because you already went through everything, and this thing is so messed up in terms of manipulation and control and everything else that even if you are doing everything right, nothing is right. And they made sure of it, right? And they really made sure of it. So if you're out there, having the same thought process as I did in terms of we've been scammed, think also about this, retro perspective by looking backward. All right. Now, does that mean that AMC will never, ever, ever do what it's supposed to do in terms of squeeze? No, not at all. Because I shared with you a video yesterday showing that MarketWatch has AMC on the top 20 best short squeeze potential candidates for 2022. Now, the thing is, they are missing out a big component of that, which is the amount of short interest being put away through the dark pools with payment for order flow. So if you take that into account, it means that at any point, at any time, something little, big, medium size, I don't care whether it's China war with Taiwan, whether it's another 1% interest rate coming from the Fed, whether it's the market rallying back to levels that we started during the beginning of this year, or maybe the market inflation suddenly going back down to 2%. Something we can't even oversee or foresee as of now can just bring everything down, causing the shorts to start getting out for us to get the victory we deserve for holding this long. So that's kind of the way, my thought process after, I went through that. And I just want to encourage somebody there who is also thinking the same way. But as I mentioned many times on this channel, when it comes to my AMC and my A position now, I just use it as like, a safe money, or, something that I just park over there, because I know in due time it will do what it's supposed to do. And then I won't be duped. I will do what I need to do to make sure I cash my 10 days.